Hello, 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 and welcome back to Luminous Hysteria Gaming. My name is Jessica, and we are playing Fate Extra, a PlayStation Portable video game developed by Type Moon. It is a spin-off of Fate Stay Night. So let's get going, shall we? And we are going to start a new game. And we're going to go for normal mode. Now, I have played this game before on my PlayStation Portable. I, however, have never beaten it. It's a bright, sunny morning. The air is filled with the joyful laughter of students. There's more activity than normal in front of the school gate. A crowd is forming as students are being called over. I wonder what's going on. When I peer into the center of the hubbub, I see my friend and student council president, Aise Ryudo. Good morning. Lovely weather we're having, don't you think? Why do you look so surprised? We announced at last week's assembly that this month the student council would strictly enforce school rules. I have been tasked with performing inspections to ensure students are in compliance with school rules. Now, it goes without saying that everyone is subject to inspections, even old friends. Now then, uniform inspection time. Collar, check. Pants, hems, check. And your socks, check. Next is the contents of your bag. Notebooks, textbooks, pencil box, not even a whiff of contraband. Your nails are evenly cut and your haircut is sensible. Indeed, quite remarkable. You're a model Tsukimihara Academy student. Someone like you ought to consider a future in student government. You'd be a perfect fit for it. Oh, but I'd never try and coerce you into joining the student council. We aren't like that. Now then, off to your classroom. Enjoy your day. Before I can reply, Mr. Diligent Student Council President is on the next student's inspection. Hungry for gossip on their way to their classrooms, the students jabber about the inspections. Things are always so gently bustling in the morning. Another peaceful beginning to another peaceful day. Press triangle while on campus to open the system menu. Here you can save your game, adjust game options, etc. Now, this is the tutorial, so no matter who I would choose in the start afterwards, I have to play as this guy. Male student. Oh man, I gotta go to the bathroom before homeroom starts. My eyes are starting to close. Now I can't wait for the remake of this game. It's called Fate Extra Record. And it's going to be an HD version of this game with some stuff added to it. Now there's a mechanic in this game which we'll get to here in a minute that I can't stand. That thankfully is taken out. So let's keep going, shall we? Classroom 2A. Chimes raise curtains on humble days, precious as a handful of gold dust. As I enter class, I see moto with a bunch of girls. Why he's so popular is a mystery.
なんだ、いつの間に来てたんだい？悪いね、地味すぎて気づかなかった。
Hey, when did you show up? You're so quiet and dull that I didn't even notice you.
お前とはほら、1年生からの友人だったっけ？
Even though we've been friends since our freshman year, right?
まあ、でも気にする必要はないんじゃない？平凡な自分を卑下することはないさ。
Anyway, don't sweat the fact that you're as boring as dirt. It's not like you can help it.
誰だって才能あふれる人間のそばじゃ退屈なやつに見えてしまうからね。
I mean, anyone would seem boring and stupid when compared to me. It's a little early for so much abuse, but it's Shinji Mato. It can't be helped. His arrogance is almost as palpable. I don't know what he's saying, but it makes all the girls squeal with joy. Actually, let me rephrase that. His popularity isn't so much as mysterious as it is unnatural. I was just doing a little math tutoring. This stuff's beyond easy for me. Anyway. Female student. Wait a sec. Hey, Mato, isn't the answer to this question totally wrong in every way? What in the... I'm the one who solved that. There's no way it could be wrong. But look at this. Since when did 2 plus 2 equal 5? I'd never make such a stupid mistake. It's all your fault. You're the idiots here, not me. As Shinji raises his voice, the girls all panic and run back to the desks. I hate dealing with the... Holy shit. I cannot even pronounce that word. I hate dealing with the rabble. I'm just gonna say rabble because I cannot pronounce that word. I'm not even gonna try to sound that out. Or maybe I can. Proletariat? Something like that, I don't know. Especially when they think they're my equal. It's really pathetic that these worms don't know their place. That's why I like you so much. Even though you're boring, you know not to steal my thunder. You're the ultimate sidekick. Shinji flashes me a smile. It's weird how I never take offense at the way he talks to me. It's so strange, but by some strange twist of fate, Shinji Mato and I are friends. How we became friends was... I can't quite remember how it happened. I want to say we met in spring sometime. The bell for class rings as I try to recollect. And who should fly through the door but our homeroom teacher, Miss Fujimura. Phew, I made it. Good morning, And thud. Miss Fujimura trips and falls painfully onto the floor. As she lands, her head strikes the corner of the platform at the front of the classroom. The classroom goes dead silent. Every student's attention is focused on the same thing. Again, how does she even manage to trip in the same place every time? Listen, you. This isn't the time to be making stupid jokes. You're right. She isn't moving. Did she get knocked out or something? A few brave students get out of their seats and crowd around the still comatose Fujimura. Hey, Miss Fujimura! Miss Fujimura? Are you okay? Ugh, what? Huh? What's wrong, everyone? Hey, class is about to start, so get back to your seats. Pronto. Miss Fujimura jumps to her feet as if nothing has happened. It's almost as if the memory of her sudden and involuntary trip to the floor was totally erased. As this happens all the time, no one seems to notice or care enough to say anything. No one gives a thought to how odd it is for this to happen every single day. The scene playing out before me seems to never change from day to day. The same exact lessons, same exact subject, same exact content. Today we're going to study the biography of Dr. Peaceman, a talented physician who Miss Fujimura, is conducting class today the same way she does every day. You may not know, but when I was young, an unknown pathogen was the cause of a serious epidemic. In fact, outbreaks were common, but now most illnesses are cured using nano-thingamajigs. And FYI, I'm still young. This will be on the test, so be sure you don't forget it. I mean it. Her ensuing laughter stopped short at her eyes, which seemed deadly serious. Just as everyone is about to call Fujimura out, the bell signaling the end of class rings. Alright, that's all for today. Be sure to study hard tonight. Don't forget those important points I told you about. While today's class wasn't all that boring, there's a relief when the bell rings. As the bell signaling the end of the day sounds, students begin to break off into small groups. Thank God that's over. I was getting sick of all that busy work. Being a student sucks. The worst part of the whole deal is having to attend these stupid classes. You're still here? That's unusual. You don't have any plans, like a date or something. Wait, don't you have any plans, like a date or something? Haha, I'm just messing with you. I know you're too big of a nerd to ever get a date. I mean, you're just going to your dork club and journalism club, right? Well, seeing as you're as boring as stale white bread, your life is exactly as it should be. You know exactly what your role in life is and you stay there. Well, catch you later. See you in class tomorrow. The editor-in-chief and journalism club was calling a general meeting. You better go. Alright, let's do that. Let's turn down the music to a 3. Let's turn down that to a 6, just for now. Nope, I forgot to do the thing. Confirm. There we go. And here's that. Look who's here. It's the newspaper club's ace. Got any leads? What? Did you forget? You have to write an Unsolved Mysteries of Tsukikumi article. Come on, I told you yesterday. There isn't very much time left before the deadline. Well, whatever. Your work's always good, so I'll leave this in your capable hands. Jeez, my benevolence is like a Black Panther running around. Yes, that doesn't make sense. So that's that. I've done some of the investigating. It's your job to do the rest. Don't look so surprised. There is a method to my madness. Okay, so about the first preview edition, the one called Gateway to the Paranormal. So listen, there's supposedly an entrance to the spirit world at the rear of the archery range. One time a male student who got bullied a lot was told to pick up trash there and vanished. Everyone's totally convinced that there's paranormal activity going on back there. Isn't that scary? I mean, ridiculous? Anyway, go sniff out the truth. Leave no stone unturned. Your nose and eyes are the tools of the trade for journalists. Got it? Yeah. Your reply should be yes, ma'am. Alright, hop to it. Yeah. There we go. Alright. Out of the blue, a feeling that something was moving behind the door overcame me. As a rule, students aren't allowed inside the supply room. It might just be a rat or something. For some unknown reason, I find my eyes drawn to the door of the supply room when the door is suddenly and violently thrown open.
そこで何をしている?
What do you think you're doing? Without a warning, a man appears from out of the shadows. Dressed in black with a dour expression, the person in question is very intimidating. But that sense of intimidation is immediately replaced with an extreme discomfort and unease. A sudden overwhelming sense of danger gives me goosebumps all over my body. His cold, blank stare sends chills down my spine as though he's marking me for death. For some reason, it feels as if he's deciding whether to break my neck or skin me alive. Odd. Odd. Your name doesn't appear to be on the list, but I'd better make sure. He begins to mutter under his breath, while at the same time he reaches out with his right hand. The chills running down my spine gain intensity as waves of nausea and vertigo wash over me. I feel like a rabbit watching the wolf draw near. Maybe this isn't just raw terror. I think he's holding something that makes me feel this way. This way?
構えもせんとはな。俺の勘も鈍ったもんだ。確かに、そろそろ休息の一つでも取るべきか。
You're not even trying to fight. My instincts aren't as sharp as they should be. I need to rest. The note of disgust in his voice is obvious as he slowly lowers his hand. The paralysis that seemed to take hold of me suddenly fades away. The man continues to look down on me with those dead eyes of his.
用務室への生徒の立ち入りは禁止されている。以後気をつけるように。
Students are forbidden from entering the supply room. You'd better do well to remember that. The campus is about to close. If you have nothing else to do, I advise you to go home now.
まだ何か?
Is there anything else?
本日着任した教師の久月だ。
My name is Mr. Kuzuki. I will be teaching here starting today. The man who introduces himself as Mr. Kizuki turns and heads back into the supply room. Without that, the final bell rings to chime, signaling the end of the school day. Everything begins to progress as normal, as if nothing out of the ordinary had happened. But I'm still sore and slick with sweat, an all too real reminder of what happened. Wonderful. Now we have a teacher with obvious murderous intent teaching at our school. Okay. We have to go to the archery range. You caught me in the middle of cleaning. Those archery club kids don't even unstring their bows. The worst is when they leave their arrows stuck in the target mound. I usually make the kids do it, but there's no club activities leading up to exams, so I'm doing it. Huh? An entrance to the spirit world? That's just a rumor. It's not real. Exams are right around the corner. So don't waste your time on stuff like that. Go home. Shoo, shoo. What appears in the archery range isn't an entrance to the spirit world, but Miss Fujimura. Well, I can't say I'm surprised. She's behind one of the Suki Kumihara's mysteries. It's fitting. I'll report this tomorrow, so I can go home now if I want. A day will pass if you go home. Go home. Yes. Save. New data. Save complete. Humbled is as precious as gold dust. Where are the buyers? As I walk into class, the girls that are normally flocked around Shinji Mato aren't there. Shinji seems to be in a bad mood today. His usual posse of girls is keeping their distance. I'll ask him if something happened. What? Like I'd tell you if anything happened to me, which it didn't. Nothing happened at all. Hey, you know that Ice Queen, Rin Tosaka? She thinks she's so better than everyone else. At first I thought that she would be the only one who understood how lonely it is at the top. I tried talking to her yesterday, but I got nowhere. Maybe I just intimidated her or something. I might have lost a few points for getting violent, but girls who talk back to me get slapped. Dude. No, they do not. I will slap you myself. You need to get slapped, dude. You definitely need to get slapped. And I will be delivering the beatdown as soon as our round comes up. I'd never hook up with such a violent, stuck-up pain in the ass like that, no matter how hot she is. Yes, I know I do curse, but I'm trying hard not to. So you can see it. I want to say it, but I won't. But it's there. What a waste. She'd be perfect if she just kept her mouth shut. You agree with me, right? Right? Looks like there's some tension between Shinji and Rin. Knowing Shinji probably hit on her and got shot down. And why'd she take a shot at me? I thought she was going to spin star kick me next. He continues to whine under his breath. I can only imagine how sleazy Shinji was being with her. Normally his super aggressive approach works, but obviously it didn't with Rin. Life's more interesting when it's got little shakeups like this. As if right on cue, Miss Fujimura barges into the classroom as the bell rings. Phew, I made it. Good morning, everyone. Alright, no one's absent, and since there's no announcements, let's just start homeroom. And there we go again. As soon as she turns to reach for the chalk, she trips and falls as she always does. As she falls, her fingernails drag across the blackboard with a horrifying sound. Oof. And thus another typical mundane day begins anew. And though the Great War had finally come to an end, regional conflict still persists. And despite the suffering of the previous generation, battles are still waged 30 years on. Standing behind the lectern today is the school's newest teacher, Kazuki. Although he's supposed to be teaching math, his lesson seems to have gone off on a tangent. Now, instead of armies, attacks in even greater numbers are being carried out by terrorists. And in an attempt to suppress these terrorist groups, and with that, bell signaling the end of class sounds. And with the end of the day here, the tension in the classroom drops immediately. Alright, let us end here today. Oh, and yes, before I forget, there's an announcement from the student counselor. Recently, a rise in the number of slashing incidents has made the surrounding area dangerous. With that in mind, keep detours to a minimum and head home as quickly as possible. Get home quickly? Good advice, but I still have to finish a few assignments for the journalism club. Why am I so gung-ho about investigating the school's 7 wonders is a mystery even to me, but it seems important for some reason. I have to turn in yesterday's report. I'd better go see the editor-in-chief this evening. Alright, let's go. Hey, guess what? I just passed this gorgeous girl on the stairs. Could she be a new student? What? I'm sure you're just talking about Rin from Class B. Rin? Never heard of her. You've really never heard of her? Pretty, athletic, smart, classy? Or a stuck-up Miss Perfect who all the guys adore and all the girls despise? It wouldn't be unrealistic to call Rin the most popular girl in the whole school. Are you pulling my leg? Girl, you're so dense you probably wouldn't feel it if I pulled your leg anyway. Why? I'm not dense much. But she wasn't wearing our school uniform. She was wearing red. How do you explain that? I don't know. I hadn't noticed. Huh? Maybe I'm remembering wrong. You would. Come on, let's hurry to our club. Yeah. Finally, that's done. Alright. No, there we go. Oh, our club's ace. Did you find anything out yesterday? Interesting, so it was Tiger. Of course there's no entrance to the spirit world. Thanks to you, the article will be great. Are you ready for the next article assignment? The next unsolved mystery is yesterday there was a girl dressed in red on the rooftop. Rumors about Little Red Rooftop are spreading. Go find out what this is all about. A journalist lets the news guide their feet to the rooftop. To the rooftop we go. I turn the doorknob and the metal door opens silently on its hinges. As a rule, no one is allowed up on the roof, but I can see someone's elongated shadow. The vibrant colors set off by the setting of the sun is enough to take one's breath away. Under the now blood-red sky, a single girl looks out onto the town that spreads out below. Like a figure out of a painting, the girl seems to shine with the same red glow as the setting sun. Rin! What a beautiful sunset. I can only imagine how captivating the sight must be for the people who live here. It is indeed a very beautiful scene. A shame it doesn't really exist. On the surface, it seems like such a benign, peaceful world. A pity that soon come to an end.
ここはまるでカリカチュアね。趣味の悪いギガ。
This world is merely an idolized imitation of the real world, and one done in poor taste.
見るだけ、残すだけの記録に一体何の価値があるんだか。
I wonder if there's any value to a memory that can only be observed and then left behind. I'm not quite sure if that last statement was supposed to express disgust or disappointment. As she finishes speaking, a faint smile forms on the girl's lips as she slowly turns in my direction. Her unwavering gaze makes it seem like she can see things hidden to others. Her eyes seem to shine with an intensity that rivals that of the fiery red of the evening sky.
あら？システムサイドから警告ってわけ？ご苦労様ね。
What's this? A notice from the system? Thanks for bringing it to me.
違うの？じゃあ NPC？
Huh, that's not it. That means you must be one of the generic students.
何の関係もない NPC が来るなんて。ってことは、やっぱりこの場所は外れだったのかしら。
If one of the irrelevant NPCs can get up here, I guess I'll have to find another place to hang out. Continuing to mumble quietly to herself, the girl quickly walks my way.
まあいいわ。人目もないし、試すにはちょうどいいし。ちょっとあなた、そこ動かないで。
Oh, well, at least this is a good opportunity for me to look at one of you over. Stand still, you. Unexpectedly, her finger reaches out and touches my cheek. Wait, what's this?
システムサイドからのブロックってこと？なるほど。他人への接触干渉は予選の規定違反ってわけね。
Is this a warning from the system? Direct interference does break the rules after all. Mumbling to herself, the girl disappears without a trace. It's like no one was ever there at all. She vanished? There or not, her form has been undeniably burned into my mind. Oh, you're still here. It's almost time to leave school, so you should prepare to go home. What's wrong? You look a little pale. The sound of Issei's voice pulls me back to reality. I must look completely dazed and confused. Maybe I'm tired, or I'll talk with the editor-in-chief again tomorrow. In any case, I think the course of wisdom for now would be to go home like Issei said. A day will pass if you leave campus. Leave. Yes. Yes, I want to overwrite.